everybody, you're watching the Monday episode of CCS, and my name's Cody, and you're watching that Christian news show thing that I do. And right away, our first story is that the Star of Bethlehem may have been found. And if you guys aren't familiar, the Bethlehem Star, the Jesus Star, is that star that everyone saw when Jesus was born. And there you just have to stay in the innkeeper's stable because there was no room in the actual inn. And there was nothing around town for them to stay in. And so there was this giant star, but you would think that that star was there somehow, scientifically, it would have to be there physically, like that would have to make sense in scientific terms. And so former high school teacher Irene Barron decided maybe she could try to find the Star of Bethlehem. Irene received 60 computer programs from NASA. And with those programs and then ancient astronomy symbols, she came to the conclusion that around 4 AD there was an eclipse. But it was an eclipse not only of the moon, but Saturn. Now that's an extremely rare event for both of those to happen at the same exact time. So that in itself is significant. But what happens when you do that is you get the sun reflecting off of the moon, and both of those reflecting onto Saturn. So now over Bethlehem you can't see the sun, but you can see the moon and you can see a bright shining star, which was actually Saturn just being reflected off of, and being really, really bright, but not quite moon bright, just super bright, star bright. Now like I said, this happened in 4 AD, and it was in September, which a lot of people are like, Christmas is in December. But most historians actually believe that Jesus was born in September, which makes this even cooler that this happened in September. Because it gives it that much more authenticity that she was able to bring this down to that point. And I thought that was kind of cool to tell you guys about because it's Jesus' birth, even though it's Jesus' birth in September, not in December. That's kind of what ancient Christians did. They just took whatever they wanted and changed it however they wanted. Like, we worship on Sunday because of the sun god that was worshipped on Sundays. And they were like, oh yeah, well now you're worshiping our God on Sundays. And they were like, oh, this all makes sense now. It was just kind of a way of pushing things. Not necessarily a good thing. I don't think at all, really, that we just took people's faith and we were like, you're not worshiping that, you're worshiping our God. And they were like, oh, okay. But you know, whatever works, we got what we get. And now, in the most depressing time of year, which is winter snowiness, we have a holiday where I get presents. And presents are amazing. Because in all honesty, you probably ask half the nation what Christmas is all about, and they probably won't say Jesus. So again, just some news that brings Jesus back into Christmas, because that's what Christmas is really all about. And you actually should worship Jesus' birth like every day. But anyways, that's a different story from another time. Going on to our next story. And our next story is about a small town, Whiteville, Tennessee, where an atheist foundation is getting really mad because there's a cross on the water tower. Another story where it's public property and they're like, no, you're not keeping church and state separate. So they wanted to be torn down. These people are like, no, we really don't want to be torn down. It's been there for 15 years. You guys haven't worried about it until just now. And so they're having this debate and they're trying to figure out what the best thing to do, and they're going to court about it like they always do. Since we're talking about atheist organizations, I figured it'd be appropriate to go from that to an atheist organization that's in Seattle. And all they're really doing is putting an ad out there that says 1 in 4 people are atheists in their state. And people there are just saying, no, it's not 1 out of 4 people. So this is false advertisement. I got the video off of Fox News, but it's really biased against atheists. Pretty much the guy just walking around going, hey, are you an atheist? And people going, no. And he goes, the next person says, are you an atheist? No. And it took him half an hour to actually find someone who was atheist, so it was kind of funny. It's a very biased video, but I thought it was really funny, so I'd bring it up because it was just kind of there. And a few weeks ago I talked about gasoline being America's #1 export. And I'm obviously not the only one that had an issue with this, because now gasoline is dropping. It's dropped in 5 cents the last couple weeks. And they said the trend's probably going to keep going, which is really nice because I hate how much gasoline is. So you know, fill up on gas because maybe $3 now, but it's going to be $5 before you know it probably. And our last story is about a growing religion. And that religion is Jediism. Over 15,000 people in the Czech Republic said that they're Jedi Knights under their religion. And they're not the only ones. This has been a growing viral campaign that's gone to New Zealand, Australia, and even the UK. Over 390,000 Britons claim that they practiced Jediism in 2001. And then another 70,000 in Australia. And I probably shouldn't be laughing because that's a lot of people that aren't Christians yet. But I kind of find it funny when I find people that are actually more nerdy than me. Which is kind of hard to do. But there's a lot of people saying that this is just a Facebook campaign, a bunch of people that don't really care about religion, and they're saying it's not a serious thing. And that is your question of the day. Do you think this is a serious thing, or do you think this is just something that people are doing to joke around about? And as always, you can leave a comment in the comment section below. Love to see what you guys say. And you can still win the C2A gift card if 10 or more subscribers comment in the comment section below with their answer by Thursday. And so from that, we'll go on to the verse of the day. And the verse of the day is 1 Kings chapter 8, verse 60. So that all the people of the world may know that Lord is God, and there is no one else. Just figured I should say that one because they're talking about other like faiths and religions and kind of laughing at it because it's comical to me. But not as funny to God. He says he's the only way and that he's the way to go, and that all these other religions are a really, really bad path, no matter how nerdy they are. So hopefully these guys change from may the force be with you to may God be with you. How cheesy was that? And that's all the news I found today. So in closing, haters keep hating, Christians keep praying, and to everybody, like and subscribe. I will see you Thursday, and God bless.